Hey you guys, welcome back. So today we're gonna be doing my mini declutter kind of like primer collection. You can't really see it from this section, but on the very back we have a couple of little mini primers that I really don't use and I want to get rid of them, and I am also gonna go over my favorite everyday that I use primers and then kind of like see what we can get rid of. I think by the time this video is up, you already saw my foundation declutter. Right now you're looking straight down to one of my IKEA drawer sets. So I do have here in the very first drawer, I keep all my lipsticks. The ones that are not cruelty-free really live here, and my cruelty-free and favorite lip products, which are my Eldridge and my Charlotte Tilbury, live in my vanity. And so on we go with the rest of my products. We really won't go into the rest of this, but this is just the IKEA 5 drawer set. I don't remember the name of this. They're the very popular ones. But yeah, I'm gonna pull out all of my primers that are living back there, and then the ones that I had on my vanity, and then we'll go from there. So here is all of the primers. I have a lot of these little mini ones that I was mentioning that I kind of am tired of having just there. So looking at everything here in the back are my full size, and then I have here another one that's full size, but it's kind of like smaller. This is not really considered a primer. It's the Eldridge little glowy product that I love to use either with matte foundations mixed or as a highlight, but I kind of like keep it here in like my more glowy base, if that makes sense. So straight up, I know that this start is super old, and I honestly at this point or ever barely use any of this more silicone type, so this is gonna go straight to the trash. It does not work anymore. Also, this Charlotte Tilbury, the Magic Cream, is also kind of like dried up, so there we go. So I'm gonna get rid of it as well. This is gonna go just to the trash. And then I've got this one by Lancome, the La Base Pro Hydra Glow. I never really used this. They gave it to me at Ulta as a sample, but it's really hard to get out. So I'm just gonna also toss it because I never use it, and it's just taking space. Even if they're mini, they are still taking space. So the next that I have are going to be, most of them I haven't even touched, I haven't opened. So this milk I did use a ton, that's how much I have left, but I kind of didn't care for it. I don't know why I kept it for so long. It's another mini, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm first starting with like the minis to see what I can get rid of. I think those are the only ones that I ever touched. All the ones here that I have in the bottom I've never touched. I know for sure that I'm gonna be keeping the Wonder Glow because I love it. I have it here in the full size. It's one of my favorites. So these little ones I'm gonna keep. Then I have here the Glow Started by Glam Glow. I do like it, but honestly I don't really need it because I have so many of those glowy ones. So I'm gonna pass it along, most likely to a friend, or probably toss it. I'm not entirely sure. I've got a lot of this silicone base primers that I never use. So these 5 are intact. I never use them. So I think one of my friends would actually benefit from this. They're brand new, never opened. They're still, you know, they're minis, but you can still get a good amount of product from here. So I'm gonna get all of this to a new home. They're gonna go to one of my friends. I'm gonna put them in this little box that I had, actually keeping them. This is a nude stick container. I've got a little Hangover Rx. I am gonna be keeping this one. It's one of my favorites. I have it here the full size. I'm working into finishing this up, but I'm still working on it. I've had it for a long time, but I really like it, so it's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna be keeping this one. And then I've got here a silicone-free priming moisturizer. I've actually never used this, so I'm gonna keep it just to try it out because this is kind of like a more primer type moisturizer, so I want to see how I like it underneath makeup. And this actually fairly new. I think I got it one time that I ordered a while back from Beautylish, maybe I don't know, maybe like a year ago, but I want to try it and see how I like it. I've got here another little mini Tarte, what's this thing? This is another kind of soothing, or this is, I just opened it for the very first time. I think I'm gonna keep this one as my one and only silicone based primer because I don't really have any other, and I think only one would be beneficial for me. I also have this one from NARS that I did start using. It's one of those pore and shine control primer. I'm gonna skip it because I don't really use this kind of primers, and since I already opened it, it's been a while that I've had it around, so I don't want to pass it on to my friend because it's a primer and it's, I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm just gonna put it in my trash pile, which is over here. I don't think you can see it. So that's kind of like my little trash pile right there. Speaking of trash, I'm gonna get rid of this NYX Angel Veil. I did like it, but the problem with this is that it got so messed up that the product doesn't even come out anymore. And if I kind of like try to push really hard, that's kind of like what I get. This is like, does not work anymore. I might repurchase this at some point if I ever feel the need of getting a silicone primer. This was a good one. To be a silicone primer, it wasn't bad on my more drier skin. But for now, this is trash. I can't really use this anymore. And it's unfortunate because the product was still pretty much new. It just went bad really fast. Actually, since I did just open this, I'm gonna decide to instead give it to my friend because I feel like she would probably like it better than I can use it. It's one of those silicone ones by Tarte, like the one that I just got rid of. But I do have here two touche éclats that are also a tiny little baby ones that I've already started using. It's the same kind of like silicone primers. So I'm gonna use this up. As you can see, I have used this quite some. It's like all the way down here. Whenever I do go for like a more glam look, I'll go for this ones just to kind of like give me a more, I don't know, like a better primed face, if that makes sense. But I barely use them, so I think just having two of these that are silicone based is more than enough for me. And then lastly, I do have another one. This one is by Cover FX. I did start using this one. It's a blurring primer. I'm gonna keep it for now because I did like it. It's very small, but again, I don't use these silicone type primers that much. But I'll keep it for now. It doesn't take much space. If I realize I'm not using it, I'll just toss it out. Primers that remain are going to be mostly either glowy or hydrating. I love them all. I've got my Hangover that I absolutely love. We've got one by Becca, that's one of my favorites. This is the Backlight Priming Filter. Beautiful, beautiful primer. I'm so upset that this is already discontinued or that the brand does no longer exist, but I love it. Then I've got another that's super glowy. This one is by Rare Beauty. Then we've got the Wonder Glow. And thinking about it, I honestly already have a big one. So I think maybe I'm gonna gift this to my friend. They're brand new. I've never touched them. So I think that, you know, if she wants to go for a more glowy base, I think she would enjoy these ones. So I'm gonna put them in my friends pile, which is right here. They're minis, but all of these are brand new that I've never touched, so I think that she would benefit a lot from them. She has more oily skin type, so I know that she would for sure like the primers that are more silicone based, but whenever she wants to go for something more glowy, I think she would like those Wonder Glow. Since I already have the big size, it really makes no sense for me to keep. I am gonna be keeping the Hangover because this one is nearly over, so I kind of like want to have a little baby backup. So this one is not going anywhere. I'm gonna interrupt on the full size because I forgot that I had this little mini Hourglass Veil Primer. I really love it. It's one of those more silicone type, so it'll give your face like a flawless base. So I'm gonna keep it. I do like it. I do see myself purchasing this as a full size at some point, but honestly not right now. I'm probably not in the near future unless my taste in makeup changes because I really love my more moisturizing, more glowy primers for my everyday. I was mentioning the Wonder Glow. I have it and I love it by Charlotte Tilbury. This is not going anywhere. And this is not really considered a primer per se, but it's kind of like one of those multiple products that you can use in multiple ways. This is the Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury, Hollywood Flawless Filter. I love this product. I like to use it as a primer. I like to use it as a mix with more matte foundations. I like to use it as a highlight. It's just a beautiful product. It's pretty pricey, but I highly recommend if you're looking for a multi-use product, this is such a good one. In the same category, we've got the Lisa Eldridge. I use this the same way. So if I want to go for a very glowy base, I go for this as a primer. If I want to mix them with more matte foundations, I use this, or as a highlight. They're just beautiful for the same purpose. One from Charlotte Tilbury, one from Lisa Eldridge, other way around. I can't really look because the camera is backwards, but yeah, both of them I absolutely love. This one is more kind of like golden, and this one is definitely more on the pinkish side. That's why whenever this was released, I wanted to get a different shade than the one that I already had from the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is one from the drugstore that I bought one time randomly because it reminded me so much of the Smashbox Primerizer. Look at the packaging, it's kind of like very similar. This one is of course a mini, which I am working on finishing up. I am down to here. I've been using it constantly every time I do my makeup just so I can finally finish it up. This was like a bigger than a mini size. It was like a, I don't know, like a special sample size. I got one Christmas in one of those Sephora boxes that you buy like a bunch of different things. This one is pretty similar and I really like it. This is brand new from the drugstore. I bought it from Ulta. Super affordable and it's very, very comparable to that one from Smashbox. I think those are the only ones that I have full size, except for the last one that I really don't want to talk about because I praised this primer so much. Unfortunately, this is not cruelty free and I doubt Bobbi Brown is ever going to be cruelty free, but this is in fact one of my favorite primers ever. It is like a very moisturizing, rich cream, so I use it almost every day underneath my foundation if I'm not using for now the little Smashbox to finish it up. If you have any recommendations of something that's similar to the Bobbi Brown, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm almost finishing this one. Of course, I would never repurchase. I do have a second bottle brand new. Whenever I bought this one, I bought it like a two-in-one. I got one for free whenever I bought it at Nordstrom a couple of years ago on the Nordstrom anniversary sale. So I've had this for a very long time. It lasted me so long and I use a lot of the product every single time. But yeah, I'm in the hunt for a dupe of this product. So if you know anything, let me know. I do have another brand new over in my little foundation cabinet. But once these two are done, that's it. I'm never gonna buy it again. And once again, I've had this for a little over 2 years, but it's still in perfectly good shape. But once they're gone, they will be gone forever. And I would like to have a dupe that gives me the same beautiful moisturizer or like moisturizing, I guess, goodness, but being cruelty free. So my little trash pile is looking like this products. It's not a lot, but it's definitely what I needed to get rid of in my collection. We've got a full size and then 6 different small or like mini sample sizes. So all this is gonna go to the trash. In this little box, I have the ones that I'm gonna be gifting my friend. It's 7 of them total. And then the Tarte one that's also brand new, also mini sample size. I know that she will benefit from this one. She doesn't have a lot of makeup, so I know that this will come in handy for her, and they're brand new, never touched. So we are keeping all of these ones. I know it still sounds or it still looks like a lot of product, but I feel like it's very very condensed compared to what I have. I wanted to get rid of all those little sample sizes. I forgot to mention this little oil from Smashbox. This I like to use whenever I have very dry skin, which happens a lot, but especially in the winter. I haven't used it in a while, but I definitely like keeping it in my collection. I'm not even sure if Smashbox even does this product anymore, so I'm glad I kept it, and I have still probably like 3/4 of the product in there. So total, I have 9 full-size primers. It's only 8 here, but I do have the extra Bobbi Brown in the little foundation drawer or foundation section. And then we've got the little sample sizes or mini sizes, which I'm working through some, and then some of them are brand new. But all of them I know I like. But yeah, it's not very little or a lot of Declutter that we did. But I am happy with this collection now. I know that everything that I have I'm gonna get use out of, which was my main thing with this Declutter. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out if I want to keep these ones in my foundation section or I'm gonna keep them back in the drawer where I had them originally. We'll see. I'll let you know probably in a pinned comment down below. But that's gonna be everything for today. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, like always, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!